Ian, a day to forget.
Well, yeah, I mean, in many ways, but I think we should try and keep this in our heads as a warning for when we decide not to turn up to a game. This is what can happen. Second best all over the pitch. Credit to Torquay, they played with intensity. They were on every second ball, and they just had runners all over the pitch. And today we didn't match them in any department. And if you play a game like that, this can happen. So we need to keep that firmly in the forefront of our mind going forwards, because if we think that we're comfortable sitting in the playoffs just waiting for them to happen now, we need to wake up, because it felt like today was a performance like we've gone through all the difficult games against the top teams, and then we came here maybe feeling like we're already there in the playoffs, comfortable, and I think that then we got a shock.
Talk to me a little bit more about how a result like this can happen, because you win 3-0 with that exact same 16 a week ago at Southend. So how do you go from that to this?
I mean, it doesn't help when you concede 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. Then it's an uphill battle. Then we had to change a lot in the second half, and you have to chase the game. Invariably, when you chase a game, it becomes very open, and that suited them. I thought we came out second half and Eli misses the big chance, and then we do score, and then you just think stay in the game until the end of it, because anything can happen. But then we chase it a bit naively and leave ourselves too open, and then the third and fourth come quickly. So it's a very unfocused performance.
I guess the difficulty with some of it is, you say, the second best to all over the pitch. It felt like, particularly in that first half, they were so far off it that the Torquay players just wanted it more, and that's always one that's difficult for particularly supporters to get their heads around, because they can't relate to the ability thing, because that's ability, but work ethic and things like that's often particularly frustrating for fans.
Yeah, and I felt that. I have to agree with that, and that's a frustration which we're not happy about at all. We had great travelling support today, and we let them down. Like you say, I just think that they were on. We knew that what they'd do, they'd hit Danny Wright, they'd get runners off him. Danny Wright was excellent, real handful. Then the runners, Lemony Evans, Little, they just ran, and we didn't match that. And that is some of the fundamentals. So, listen, we know the way that we play, but we didn't even get close to being able to do that, because we didn't match the intensity that Torquay brought, and that's a huge frustration.
That's the physicality thing, isn't it? And of late it's been better, so I don't want to harp on about it all the time, but it has reared itself again today, where Danny Wright has been able to just bully his way around and introduce those runners.
Yeah, I think we've got to be smarter. I think we can win a lot of free kicks there if we're a bit more street smart, but we weren't. I was a little bit frustrated with the first goal, which was a foul on Woods before, and then we have the penalty that we should get against Ruben. So there was a couple of moments in there where I thought we needed them to fall for. But I take nothing away from Torquay. They were better than us all over the pitch. Difficult
is it to personally take for yourself when your opposite numbers dancing up and down on the touchline and getting all the fans into it?
Yeah, but then so he should when they're 5-1 up. I don't deny him that. If he wants to dance, good. No problem, Probably I'd be dancing if I was 5-1 up here. So, listen, it's of course their fans are going to enjoy this. That's what it's about. We just have to take our medicine today. We've got some games to play. We sit in 6th. I'm sure if you asked Torquay, they'd swap places with us now. They'd take a 5-1 defeat and sit in 6th. So they danced today. But I'm sure if you turned around to them and asked if they'd swap places, they'd swap immediately. So we're above them for a reason, but today we didn't show it. Today they were better than us. But listen, we are where we are. We're 6th. We lost a bit of ground on the top 3. That's very frustrating, but we have to just take some big lessons from this and take them forwards, because I think when we get to the end of the season, we're going to have more games like this where teams are flying out of the traps and they see a window of opportunity if they can get on top of us in key moments, like winning the first and second balls. And when we don't match them with that, then of course we have a problem.
5-1 defeat or 5-1 win. I was always going to ask about Carl Roberts again today, because after we last spoke about it, there was all the silliness on Twitter, and then there's a statement from him on Twitter, and he's still not involved and hasn't travelled down here with the squad at all today. Is there anything more you can tell us on that?
No, no different to last week. That everybody's training. I think we can agree that we went to Southend and played a good game. We won 3-0. Players were fantastic. Didn't see any need to change today. But listen, not only Cal. We can't only talk about Cal. This isn't the Cal show. This is Cal, Cairo Mitchell, Ed Francis, Joel Taylor. These are players that haven't been involved today that have done very well through the season. So, this is it. The competition is there. If we take our foot off, which we did today, the competition is ready. And now they have to be ready, and we have to get reaction in training and a reaction next Friday against Kings Lynn at home, because we play a team in Kings Lynn that are fighting for their lives. We think that they're just going to turn up and let us have it our way. We've got to realise that won't happen.
I respect the fact that you've only got 16 places that you can choose from. The players that you named there, with Joel and Cairo and Ed, they have been in and out of the team much more than a Cal Roberts this season. And I only go back to it in the sense that couldn't you have done with a weapon like him on the substitutes bench to give you that attacking something extra on the bench?
Yeah, possibly, but I think when you can see 5, I think we have to look at the other side of the game. I don't think defensively we were close to it. So unless Cal can suddenly play at centre half, I don't think that. I think our problem was that we were 2-0 down after 15 minutes, and then in the second half when we got to 2-1 we're wide open. We don't manage the game remotely well. So I agree, Cal's a great attacking force, so's Eli been. Aaron was good when he came on, made the goal, made some chances. So I think we can say that it wasn't the attacking side of the game that let us down today. So yeah, we can talk about Cal or any of the other players, but the reality is that that's the area that I think we're lacking in.
Okay, so how do you finally make sure that you can park this here in the southwest and that it isn't something that follows you back up the motorway and for the remainder of the season?
But I think that's a natural response to say let's forget about this and let's put it behind us and let's leave it here. But I'd rather take it with us because it hurts and nobody likes this, and I think we should take it with us and say this has got to be a fuel that the minute that we come off the pedal, the minute that we think we've arrived, we get a wake-up call. And I think this is a big wake-up call. So maybe if we use it right, it can be a wake-up call in the right moment at the right time that kicks us on now for the rest of the season, because we talked about a really tough period and that we've come through it. And we keep saying we've come through it. But if we don't turn up, every game's tough in this league. So I don't want to park it. I want to take it with us. I want it to hurt a little bit, and I want us to use it as a fuel to say, look, let's not let that happen again. We've got some big games that come up, and I think we need that mindset.